All right, thank you, Cameron. Well, Ohio House GOP leaders overruled one of Governor DeWine's vetoes on Monday, which means Ohio schools are no longer able to use replacement and emergency levies.
Now, local school leaders and community members are speaking out about how this re-legislation will affect them. 2 News reporter Kayla Ferris has more on this story.
If you pay Ohio taxes, your pockets could be impacted by this re-legislation. Local community leaders say its impact will vary from school district to school district, but all Ohioans should be aware of this change.
I think there are impacts that we don't know about at this point, and I think even those individuals making those decisions don't understand those impacts.
Ohio school leaders have to figure out a new way to ask taxpayers for funding besides replacement and emergency levies. This decision by the Ohio House GOP overruled a veto by Governor DeWine.
You know, they have indicated they're going to come back and try to do more, but that was part of the process.
Currently, Beavercreek Schools has a levy on the November ballot that was approved years ago. That levy maintains the rollback in the homestead exemption, allowing the community to get a 12.5% kickback that the state pays. However, with the veto override, that exemption is removed and made into a new levy, which is no longer allowed. Beavercreek taxpayers will now have to pay that 12.5% out of pocket in order for the district to receive the same funding it has in the past.
We're all about trying to give opportunities for our community to save money on taxes, but this is not saving our community on taxes. It actually will be increasing the tax base for our residents.
Beavercreek school leaders say 70% of their funding comes from the community, and they are still waiting on $3.1 million in federal funding that has been paused.
Not only what does the next 5 years look like, but really what does tomorrow look like, both federally and from the state. Those are the biggest concerns. Instead of moving forward and thinking about all the great things we can do for kids, we're kind of pausing to focus on will we be able to continue doing those great things for kids.
I spoke to many Beavercreek residents about how this change will affect them, some of whom have been voting yes on these levies for years, but they say that they're excited to see what alternatives school leaders come up with. Reporting in Beavercreek, Kayla Ferris, 2 News.